just waiting for a couple of others to join, and
A
then
new, exciting open source blockchain platform has been born. Its core mission is to develop easier and more affordable tools for everyone to be able to create tokens and NFTs. For the first time, we're introducing the innovative Tokel platform, a fully decentralized, community-driven project with contributors globally. It offers many new powerful features for artists, content creators, and event organizers and token owners. Tokel is building the future of tokenization together with the help of Komodo technologies. Creators and users have the freedom to create, to hold, buy, sell, and trade tokens with ease. Developers have the freedom to build on top of the platform's layer. Tokel has features such as simplified token creation tools, token decks, and NFT marketplace. The NFT creation process has an extremely low barrier to entry. Businesses and individuals can now benefit from the token economy by using tokens in everyday life. A built-in decentralized exchange enables peer-to-peer trading. Tokel.io, the future of tokenization to NFT and beyond.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tokel Talk. It's another Tokel Talk Tuesday. In fact, it's the final Tokel Talk of 2021. I'm E. Giuliano with here on stage. We have many of the Tokel Talk team. We also have behind the stage and coming up soon, Daria. And also, we won't see today Lenny, but also shout outs to Lenny. We are here for this final of Tokel Talk, end of the year review and 2022 preview. It's actually a special, exciting day. There's going to be a few announcements. We're going to review the year that has been, including the inception of IDO and testing of Tokel platform. We're going to talk about the roadmap to come for 2022. So we hope that you are excited, hope that you're ready to just enjoy this time we have here to talk about Tokel platform. We have Nutella Lika, we have Kelsey, we have Dream Tim, we have Aknebs, and Daria is around here somewhere. She'll be around, no doubt. And again, shout outs to Lenny and the rest of the Tokel team and the whole Komodo platform and everybody who's been enjoying so far this year of Tokel. So I would like to first welcome everyone on this stage here. We're going to have pretty much a group discussion, and then we'll also have some announcements and other talk, Tokel talk. That's what we're here for. And so everyone in the audience, thanks for joining. If you're joining live, if you're joining on a recorded version, well, thank you for being here. And we hope that this year has served you well so far. We're wishing you definitely an enjoyment and maybe some education throughout this conversation. So I'm going to introduce here for us. We have Nutella Lika. I would like to just say hi and have you quickly introduce yourself and say hello to everyone.
Hey, thanks to Giuliano. Yeah, I'm Nutella Lika, founder of Tokel, helping organize the development and push us in a direction and keep the train rolling. So, but definitely not the engine. That's everybody else here that they're putting in the hard work. So, thanks for having us.
And thank you too, for sure. And you see you see the potential of Komodo Platform's technology, and you are acting on it in a significant way. And of course, like you said, you're not alone, and the train is chugging along. And we have also with us Kelsey. So Kelsey, why don't you say hello and introduce yourself as well, and say any words to get us going?
Hey everybody! I hope you're all doing well, and I'm happy that you all could attend this last Tokel Talk of the year and listen to our progress and also our plans for the future. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for the supporters, especially the Tokelists out there that have really been helping to make this a reality.
Excellent. Yes. And speaking of Tokelists, we have Dream Tim here. So, Dream Tim, why don't you also introduce yourself and say a few words to get us started?
Oh, hi there. I'm Dream Team. I look after marketing for the Tokel platform. Very excited to be here, and thank you, Giuliano, for hosting again, and thanks to Cax for helping us run this stream.
That's right. I did not mention Cox, and I would definitely like to second that shout out. And I definitely appreciate having you here, Dream Tim, to keep the momentum going on this stage. And as well, we have also Aknebs. Please tell me if I'm mispronouncing your name. Definitely correct me. But why don't you introduce yourself and share a little bit for us?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Connor. So I'm one of the developers on Tokel. And yeah, no, I'm excited to be here. I haven't really participated in too many Tokel talks, but yeah, I'm excited to. We have some great announcements related to the development of the Tokel decentralized app, the Tokel DApp. And we have a lot of cool stuff in the pipeline as well. So I'm excited to be here and to continue, talking about Tokel and pushing it forward.
Excellent, Connor. So we'll call you Connor then. But do tell me, how, if somebody sees your name, what would you say? How do we pronounce that?
Yeah. So the username is really just my initials. So it's AC Nebs, but yeah, you can just call me Connor.
All right, Connor. Well, I do like AC Nebs, and I apologize for the AC Nebs. But anyway, that's good. So, all right, we are here for this Tokel talk, and I don't see Daria around just yet, but we're looking to get her around at some point soon. So, Connor, you mentioned about developing with Tokel. We're here for a year in review. There's been quite some activity throughout Tokel platform, whether it has to do with simple. Well, I don't want to call it simple, but what people might consider small, like an upgrade, or something like that, a specific announcement. But these are all milestones within the Tokel platform, and I'm just curious. There are a few here that I see from early on, something like the launch of the Tokel website. There was, even before that, there was the Tokel Discord server creation. We're going to take some time here and just go around. Feel free to interrupt at any time. I mean, obviously within reason, but we're going to just have a conversation about what has gone on for Tokel, and we'll try to keep it in some order of chronology. But at the same time, if something comes to your mind, please do share. So Connor, Kelsey, Nutella, Dream Tim, this is definitely a roundtable discussion, and I would like to ask you, what is something that was memorable for you throughout this year? I know for me, it was when I was involved with the pre-IDO Tokel Talk streams. That really got it started for me. And this was before the IDO, and we did something similar to these talks that we're doing now. There was a Q&A, I believe it was, and so that was special for me, and that's something I definitely remember throughout all of this. But there are many more moments that come to mind as well. But rather than hog all of it, I'm curious. So, Connor, for you, is there something that sticks out for you from early on that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. So again, I'm one of the developers on the Tokel team. So, most of my time is spent head down on the code. And yeah, I mean, the main thing for me is it's just been really exciting, continuing to build out the decentralized app and building out a token platform that's actually decentralized. So a lot of the other platforms you see around the cryptocurrency space are not as decentralized as we are, basically. So it's been really cool working on a project that is actually decentralized. And at some point in the past, we switched from kind of a system that is local, and we've now switched to a web-based library that allows us to interact with the Tokel blockchain in a sort of web-based environment, and that will unlock a lot of potential to have different apps in the future. So right now we're just developing the desktop application, but in the future we should be able to build off of the work we've done in the last couple of months. We'll be able to build off of that and have sort of web-based things and things like browser extensions and stuff like that. And unlike other projects, it'll actually be truly decentralized, which is what I'm really excited about, and that's kind of what we've been working on and working towards over the last couple months. And that's kind of, I think that's one of the most exciting things about the Tokel ecosystem right now.
Excellent. Yeah, and you talk about being heads down, and so your head has been down for a number of months now, and so that's interesting that you feel so strongly about what you're working on, and I think that gives me confidence in having you there. How about you, Kelsey? What's something that sticks out for you early on? Anything?
Well, I actually have a few memorable moments for the year. I came on in early October to start doing some of the graphics, and I really enjoyed working with Daria to create some branding that stays true to her original vision, while exploring some of my own designs. Another really great memory that I have this year was the excitement of some of the supporters after they got their first NFT after our Tokel retreat event. It was really great seeing how excited people were to get their NFT and to be part of that. Um, and also, it's been really awesome watching Dream Tim create this Tokelist community that's just exploding. And I mean, we have people posting every day for us and making art for us every day, and it's really great to see. So those are some of my memories so far, and I am definitely looking forward to the future.
Speaking of the future, I'm also looking forward to hearing about the plans for 2022. But anyway, you mentioned Tokelis. Dream Tim, is that one of your favorite parts of 2021? You've been doing a lot here. This list alone that I have in front of me has quite a number of items. There's been a lot of activity around Tokel platform. What stands out for you?
Yes, thank you. So yeah, I mean, there has been quite a lot of things that we've been trying to do, especially to the run up to the IDO, but also since we went through that phase and we gotten our initial funding. So it's definitely been very, very busy, and definitely for me the best moment was the creation of the sort of the Tokelist idea. Not just the conception of it, which is easy, it's just an idea, but actually the application of it and the implementation. And none of it, obviously, none of the Tokelist program would be possible if it wasn't for such enthusiastic, amazing people who are around Tokel right now and supporting us every day in social media. Incredible, talented people that create graphics and amazing posts. People who have just taken all of our announcements and translating it to other languages. And it's just been phenomenal. The growth and the dedication of that side of things for me has been the item that stood out in 2021.
Excellent. And of course, Nutella, Mr. Licka, what do you think really stands out for you? You've had a lot going on this whole time with Tokel platform. What comes to mind?
Yeah, it's definitely been a busy year and a real growth year for Tokel. Like the inception of the platform itself really occurred in 2021. Stepping back prior to 2021 was when we first started, like Daria and I started talking together about, hey, we've got this idea. How do we make it a reality? How do we get it to basically, where we are now and beyond? So this year has been a monumental year in the history of Tokel. So it's for the people that are part of the community and the Tokelists and the Discord members and everybody that's been participating in what we've been achieving this year. It is part of the history. So I think everyone will look back at this year and be like, hey, that was the real stand up year for Tokel. I'm not going to say it's going to be our biggest growth year. It's definitely had a lot of growth, but potentially that might be in the future, and we'll have to reflect on that. But it's been definitely a big year for us. I guess a couple of big ticket items for me were well early on in the year. So as you mentioned, the Discord server creation, that was a big step. That was actually in 2020. So that was in the end of 2020. We didn't open it up, I don't think, until post that. But that was the first step in organization and getting people together to talk about Tokel and discuss ideas and get people to work together to start building out what is now the dApp, what is now the marketing efforts, what is now the graphic designs that we have and the branding and the website and everything like that. So that was a pivotal moment, and although it wasn't this year, I think it can be grouped into what we've done so far. So that was the end of 2020. Following that, we actually made the website launch in February. So it's been up since February, about 10 months now, which was a pretty cool step. And then a couple of other big ticket items after that would have been at the end of February. We had the white paper release. A couple months after that, we had the Tokel test chain launch, which was pivotal in helping us understand how everything was going to work with dPoW, with the crypto conditions, with the correct chain parameters that Tokel, the main chain, was actually going to use, and going through and testing all of those things and making sure the underlying blockchain technology was as sound as we needed to. So that was another big step, and that happened in April. Following that, honestly, the biggest things for me have been the people joining the efforts to further help develop, help push Tokel forward, help brand awareness. So that's bringing people on board. So we got Connor came on board in May. Tim was originally around the same time period, but really started to kick into gear post IDO in September. Kelsey was a similar time frame there. We've then picked up Lenny the last couple of months as well, and he's been a bit of a powerhouse as well. So these are the big things for me. It's the people in the team, and then not only the team, but also kind of already all mentioned it, but the Tokelists, which is the community team, right? We're a community-driven project, and to have all these incredible people, really try and understand and push this vision of what we're looking to do is a huge step in the growth of the platform. So I know there was a lot of stuff in there, but that's upon reflection, that's the things that really stood out to me.
Amazing. I'm glad you colored it that way, and it's still just a sliver of the ton of things that did happen throughout. You mentioned about all the things that were happening at the beginning, where even before the white paper, there was a roadmap that was introduced. So we'll be hearing about this updated roadmap for 2022. And you talked about finding people to help and develop and all of that. And from the beginning, we had Daria, who's on stage now. We're going to hear from her in just a second. And early on as well, around that Tokel test chain launch time, and around the time where the crypto conditions and the NSPV, NSPV app was announced. You had you found Connor to join the development team, but yeah. So we have Daria here too. Daria, you're going to say hello and introduce yourself for us briefly, please. And then, amongst all the other things that I said, you have the GitHub that was launched. You're active on GitHub constantly. So what are some things that stand out for you, Daria, But first of all, obviously, welcome and thanks for being here. We're very excited to have you here.
Hi. Sorry it took me such a long time. I had some strange technical difficulties, but I'm here now. So, hi, my name is Daria. I work on development together with Connor and Lenny. And my year, I guess the most memorable moments for Tokel, I was thinking about it today. And I think one of the things for me personally is that we have 3 people in development team now, which is a team. It's nice to have a few people to bounce ideas like off and just to work together. So I guess when Lenny joined us, that was a pretty memorable moment for me. What else? What else am I saying?
You just cut
Oh,
out there a little bit. I think
yeah,
she said, "What else would you like her to say?"
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. I
Yeah,
heard that too, and then you did cut out. So no, Daria, we'll definitely keep this conversation going. I mean, if anybody else has other ideas coming to mind, please jump in. But so we covered a lot of the early time before the IDO. There was at one point around near the end of July, there was an appearance on Komodo's Thursday town halls. And right after that, there was the announcement of the blockchain launch date. This was going to be happening actually very soon. So Tokel blockchain launches, there's an IDO. This is a really big event. What was going on for all of you around this time? I'm going to ask you, Connor, what was it like for you? And please, everybody else, just jump in and let's have a quick chat about the IDO.
Yeah, no. The IDO was definitely a highlight. Obviously, it was a big proof point to actually see the community wanting to, start participating really in the Tokel blockchain. And as a developer, obviously, it's really important that the things that we're building are actually used by people. And that's kind of the IDO was obviously the first step. People trading on the Komodo and via atomic DEX. That was really the first proof point that people want to start using and participating in the Tokel blockchain. And obviously, anything we build, it doesn't really matter if people don't want to use it. So it's really important for us that the things that we're building with the Tokel DApp and all the stuff we have in the pipeline, that people actually want to use it. And I think the IDO was a great success from that perspective. I think a lot of people started got involved in the community and participated in the IDO and bought Tokel, and that'll be great going forward because we have so many things in the pipeline. Just today we're gonna announce a new release of the DApp and all that stuff. So it's great seeing all that kind of come together and people actually wanting to use the Tokel productively, basically.
That's right. Dream Tim, what about you around that time?
Sorry, what was your question?
Yeah, around IDO time, there was a lot going on. It
Oh
was
yeah, a lot of going on. I mean, especially for me, that was an extremely busy time because I was trying to generate as much publicity as possible. And the biggest hurdles at that stage is that the press around crypto has adopted a very unhealthy attitude towards new projects. So essentially, whilst in the past it was very widely acceptable that community projects will spring up and get some publicity and attention, these days, because of some scams that happened in the past, people are seeming to are very aggressive in terms of having companies, identities, and things like that coming forth in order to give us any sort of publicity. So it was a struggle for me at that time to be able to come through and sort of agree all these publications that we managed at the end to get in front of. It's very hypocritical if you think about it, because Satoshi Nakamoto famously, it's still an anonymous person, and with that kind of thinking, Bitcoin wouldn't be anywhere right now. So it was a strange period. But then again, when the IDO started and the orders started flying through, that was worth it. All the struggle and all the issues we had to the run up to that.
True. Excellent. Yeah, that was. It seemed like a hectic time on one level, like just what you're saying about trying to corral information and get it out there, get people aware of what's going to be happening, and so yeah, good on you. And the IDO finished in September, around the mid of the month, 16th of September. So any thoughts, any further thoughts around that? Because after the IDO came a lot of development. There was development updates for the NSPV, rewriting the NSPV. There were other developments that happened. So I'm probably going to go around and just ask you if there were any development that really stick out for you. But yeah, Kelsey, were you around for the IDO?
Actually, around the IDO, I was not on full time, but I actually did make the early adopter token, because if you
I remember that. Yeah.
during the IDO, we had the early adopter initiative, which I think was really great, and that's actually how I got involved in Tokel, was making that early adopter animated token that a lot of you early adopters have in your wallet. But yeah, the idea was great. I took part in it. A lot of people I know in the Komodo community took part in it, and it was really awesome seeing it succeed. And I'm very happy to be a part of it to help it continue to succeed.
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone is happy to have you around, and that early adopter token is you've got the historical record of providing that early adopter token, and that is a special token for the Tokel platform. There was also another initiative that was announced around that time as well, which was the time lock reward plan. And so I think for me, I appreciated the flexibility of the Tokel platform, the Tokel team. Nutella, maybe you want to have a word about it, but I thought that was a good initiative and a way of showing appreciation to the community, and also showing some adaptability to the circumstances. And so if you have any thoughts around that, definitely do share.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't something that we had initially planned to do. But based on the outcome of the price discovery, basically maxing out the highest possible price that we had put a bottom price and a top price, and it just immediately hit the top price. But then during the main IDO part, that meant that liquidity was reduced, and the intent for the IDO wasn't to sell a tiny portion of the Tokel that were allocated for early adopters. It was to actually use that whole entire portion and give back to the community and those early adopters that help continue the platform. But as it was, we only had sold just over 2 million, I think it was, Tokel out of the 20 million. So it didn't make sense to continue going down that path. So then we got our heads together and came up with the time lock rewards plan, whereby the people that had already purchased Tokel, through the Atomic Dex application, would receive time lock rewards in the future, such that their initial purchase price had reduced significantly to what would be like a normal-ish market value, and it incentivized people to purchase more as well, because the less people purchase, the more reward in the future that they were going to get. So we wanted to ensure that the people that had purchased Tokel would be happy with the plan, whilst also trying to incentivize more people to purchase. So I think we reached a happy medium. Of course, if you look at it at face value, people see this quite high price, and then the price is down low now. But if you look at the price per Tokel that people get over the long term, then they should be well. I would like to hope that they're happy with that initiative. Again, it wasn't something that we initially had planned. It was something that we had to think up and come to a solution with, basically.
Good. Okay, thanks. Yeah, and from there was a lot of activity, a lot of media related activity, getting a lot of different articles out and released, even in different languages. And then you also have just the development itself. There was updates to the nodes, the full node updates, and dealing with the NSPV. We're going to be moving on to some announcements in just quickly here, but I didn't want to skip out any of that part of the year, because we definitely focused a lot on the earlier activity, the first half, maybe first 9 months or so. Is there anything that sticks out for you towards the end that you would like to share with us before we move on to these announcements that I know everybody is really excited for? We're getting to those announcements.
I've got one thing I just want to mention, I guess, from a community perspective. When development's occurring, you see the end product, and it's really hard to wrap your head around the amount of effort and time that goes into the behind the scenes stuff. So we've had a couple of updates throughout the year that haven't dramatically changed the end user design or product per se, but the back end has changed significantly. So we had a really big milestone, which was changing libraries from libNSPV to NSPVJS, which for the non-devs out there, including myself, doesn't mean too much. But the reality is that was a huge step in actually making this dApp usable for future applications. And setting the scene basically for every other feature that we're going to be rolling out. So that definitely flew under the radar of most people, because the end wallet basically acted the same. But for that to occur, there was so much work that occurred in the background, again, which was completely setting the scene for every other feature that we're going to be using on the dApp. And the cool thing about that is that not only does it set the scene for us to punch out more features, but it also gives other projects that want to build on Tokel, other development teams, other devs, the ability to take those libraries and utilize them in their own applications. So I just wanted to mention that, because although it wasn't a really big change per se from the front end perspective, it was a really critical change in the back end that kind of went under the radar.
Excellent. I'm glad you mentioned that. And before we do move on to some announcements, I just want to highlight on what you just said, Natalia, and I'm really glad that you did mention that again, because these technologies that Tokel platform have are quite unique to the industry, let's call it. And like you said, it might not be noticeable, the tweaks and other changes that are happening behind the scenes. So for those of us who are not aware of all of that, it's nice to hear that and to know that it means so much, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think another shout out there is to so we're talking about dApp development at the moment. For the library development and the blockchain development, we've also had Dempsey from the Komodo team beavering away like crazy and helping us out a monumental amount. So being part of the core Komodo team and helping Tokel progress from a blockchain perspective has been incredible as well.
Right on. Respect for sure. Okay, so then, and you were talking a lot about the back end here, and we also have our front end folks over here. Daria, we're going to get some announcements very shortly, but I just want to hear from you. again about some of the work you've been doing on the front end of things and just what that's been like for you. You can characterize it from any perspective you like here. We're just curious to hear from you about your experience on the front end of Tokel platform.
Well, I actually I do mainly front end support with Dixie. I don't have a major.
Hey, we can't hear you very well.
You might have to change your mic up again. It's breaking in and out.
Okay. Right on. Okay, well, I think that's a sign that it's time for some announcements here. So, Daria, we would love to hear from you again, but I think for the sake of everyone here, we also want to hear these announcements. And in that case, so definitely apologies for that, Daria. But we are going to move on to some announcements here. Dream Team, I've been really excited to hear these announcements live on this Tokel Talk. And so this stage is yours to give us a few announcements here. And yeah, go for it.
Okay, thank you very much, Giuliano. So I'm really excited to say this as well, that we have been working, myself and Nutella and a couple of other people, tirelessly to find some suitable exchanges for the project. And I know that it has been on top of the list of many people. This that we list on more exchanges. I mean, we know that we're already live on Atomic Dex, and everybody can purchase and trade Tokel there. But we have spent some time to now try and research, the best possible places for Tokel to be listed. And I'm very, very excited to announce that we have signed already 2 contracts. One of which we're waiting for any time now to go live. Um, the thing is, we're not going to be announcing it immediately because dealing with smaller exchanges, sometimes we want to make sure that the exchange works well, it's safe, and the members can basically everybody can trade there safely. So as soon as we know that that's the case, then we're going to relay this to the community. Now, the second part of this announcement is that the second listing that we have arranged is with an exchange that is in the top 40 for a lot of the info sites. So it's a big one. So we're very, very excited about that. I mean, we can't give you a name yet because the contract has been signed, but there is no date to go live yet, and we don't want to be announcing that before it kind of solidifies. But we are in the process right now of being integrated, so it's very, very possible that one, if not two, of those listings will kick off in December.
Oh, wow.
So that's the sort of the announcement number one, which is very, very important. The second announcement is that from tomorrow, we will be organizing a very special Christmas NFT drop. And again, we have our professional designer, Kelsey, designing some tokens for us. We're going to have a Gleam.io competition where you're going to be able to complete some tasks and qualify in the running to win one of only 10 Tokel Christmas tokens. So this is going to be sort of a limited supply drop, and only 10 people will have a token from Christmas 2021. We will release details about this starting tomorrow, and this competition will run until sort of the Christmas period or New Year's.
Very nice.
The third announcement is that we have, it's already underway. It's been announced a competition specifically for Tokelists. Now, we want to say a big thank you to all those people that are dedicating their time to help spread the word about Tokel. They have been instrumental in us, getting more visibility in social media. and to thank them and to tell them that they're very special to us and the project. We're going to create some very special, unique NFTs that will be issued to Token lists at the end of January 2022. So in order to qualify for this competition, you have to become or stay a Token list by the 20th of December 2021. What does that mean? So you have to either start posting in social media or create images or all these things that you need to do to become a Token list, or you basically keep posting to ensure that you remain a Token list by the 20th of December, which is the sort of the cutoff date for the kickoff of the competition. Now, we want people to post at least 3 times per week in social media about Tokel. Introducing a friend to become a Token list will also contribute to people getting more points in winning the competition. And if you create images, GIFs, or videos, then you also get extra chances to win. Now, we're going to have 2 or 3 different levels. So every Token list will be receiving a one-time issued limited supply token, but the Token list with the best work will receive one unique NFT designed exclusively by Kelsey for that campaign. So these are sort of the 3 things I wanted to mention, and I hope people are excited about them. And back to you, Giuliano.
Wow. Okay. Yes, that's quite exciting. And I would like to mention, thank you, Dream Tim, for those updates. But we are not done with the announcements. Thank you for the announcements, and we're not done with the announcements. We still have one more announcement. Connor kind of hinted at it earlier, and so we have not forgotten that announcement. But we didn't want to let the other 3 announcements get lost before we make this next announcement. So thanks, Dream Tim. Those were marketing, exchanges, and of course, unique NFTs for Tokelis. Metallica, did you want to just step in here for a moment?
Yeah, I can make the final one that everyone, I guess, has been waiting for and may be expecting. But I'd just like to announce that we will be releasing the Token Creation Tool as of today. So as of today, if you download the new version of the dApp, you can go in and actually create your own token through a step-by-step process. So we've had Tokel community testers come on board over the last couple of weeks and actually help us get to where we are today. So I just want to thank them, and then also thank everybody in the dev team for smashing it out. Big shout out to Lenny, who was spearheading this token creation tool. But it's massive because people now have the ability to quickly, easily, simply, with a few clicks of the mouse, create their own token. So if everyone wants to look at the YouTube or the Twitch, we're about to play a little video that Lenny's put together as he wasn't able to make the talk today. So if we could play that one, that'd be great, Cax.
Yeah, so if everybody wants to turn their attention onto Twitch or YouTube
Hi
or
everyone, this
anywhere
is
where
Lenny
you can
speaking.
watch the video,
In
that'll
case you
be
don't know me,
advisable.
I joined the Tokel team back in early November to help with the development of the platform, and I'm here today to walk you through our newest release, the Token Creation Tool. So with the Token Creation Tool, you can basically use our dApp to broadcast directly to the network using NSPVJS, the creation of tokens and NFTs without any middleman in a lightweight fashion. So without any further delay, let me show you exactly how it works. You can just fire up your dApp, log in, you see your wallet here. You can come in and create token. You will need to select if you want an NFT, which is a token that is like no other token. There's only one version of it. Or if you want a fungible token where you can have a specific supply. So for example, for shared ownership or community, you can issue as many tokens as you want and distributed them among multiple wallets. Whereas with an NFT, you of course can only have one version and one owner at a time. So you can select whatever kind of token you want to create. You can give it a name, for example. So let's say here, token creation walkthrough. Yeah, I hope that's correct. You can give a description here. So I'll just put something here. You can add media to it. So you can see this warning here. Please make sure to store your digital media correctly. So make sure you use IPFS URLs containing the hash here. So far into the future, people can still see your media, whatever media you upload to your token. You can look at the IPFS docs for any questions. So I'll say here, don't remind me again. I'll paste some media I have here. You can add a royalty that will, in the future, for any sales that happen through the NFT marketplace or through the token DEX, the creator of the token or NFT will receive a royalty. So this can go from 0.1 to 99.9% of the sale value. Even if you're not participating in the sale, the owner receives whatever is set here for the royalty. Since this is an NFT, I can also assign it to a collection. So I can select here, I have a couple collections created, or I can create a new one. So let's see, my new collection. Let's create that. I can say this is the first NFT in the collection. So let's change the description. My first NFT in this collection. I can add as well as many custom attributes as I want. So for example, if this is a game item, I can add attributes here like strength and say the number, or really whatever you want. It's really open for whatever is your use case. You can add as many attributes as you need here. So yeah, so let's remove those ones here. Let's confirm I have checked all my inputs. Let's click create. You can see the dApp runs an IPFS node as well. So it already got the file that I uploaded to IPFS. Actually, I got this one from the Tela. And yeah, so here's all my attributes. I can confirm if that's okay. It will cost 0.0001 Tokel to create this NFT. So that's fine. Let's create it. Let's broadcast a transaction. So yeah, NFT created. So I can check the Explorer, and let's see, it's here. My NFT is here. It's been mined already. So yeah, so this is now on the blockchain. All the information I inputted, the number in collection, collection name, IPFS URL, my custom attribute, everything is in here. It's written forever, and it costs basically nothing to write this to blockchain, and basically instantly as well. And as soon as my dApp updates, it will also show up in my wallet. So my dApp just updated with the latest transactions, and here's the NFT I just created. I'm now able to send it to someone, or in the future I'll be able to list it in the NFT marketplace or token DEX. You can see all the attributes here and everything in the dApp. So yeah, this is it. I hope everyone enjoys this new functionality. You can download it now and start creating tokens straight away on the Tokel blockchain. And I'm curious to see how's everyone's going to unleash their creativity with this token creation tool. So yeah, enjoy it.
Wow. Well, there you have it. What an announcement. And Lenny, great video. That was a fun walkthrough. Nutella, what do you think?
Yeah, it's awesome. Super excited. I share the same sentiment that Lenny does, and very, very excited to see what people create, and show us their creativity, and get people to start creating their own in a simple fashion. Because up until now, basically, you've had to have a bit of blockchain knowledge to be able to create them. So now anybody can come along and do it really, really simply.
Crazy thing, nobody has been waiting for us. People have been already creating NFTs series.
I know, it's awesome.
It's amazing.
It's really cool.
I mean, we
That
have to
is
give a
true.
shout out to Mr. John Crab, also
Mm.
known as Seco, who has been releasing these amazing NFTs on Tokel platform. Incredible.
Yeah, and giving some away too. He's been doing giveaways as well, and so definitely big shout outs there.
I have one, and it's amazing.
Well done, and I'm sure there's plenty more to come. Natalika, what did you want to say there?
I was just going to say I'm jealous I haven't got one yet.
Well, and how about Kelsey? Are you excited to receive some other artists' NFTs, or have you received any already?
Actually, I am very excited to receive some more NFTs from other artists. There's a lot in the community that are already creating art to make into NFTs, so the community's ready to go. They've been ready for this creation tool, so I'm very happy to see this happening and excited to see a lot of tokens being created soon.
Amazing. Connor, from your perspective, how do you see this?
Yeah, no, this is great. We're super excited for this. Again, it's already been said, but shout out to Lenny. He's not here today, but he's done great work building this out. You know, he only joined us a few months ago, and he's already built this, and it's great. And just like to remind everybody as well, as with all the other features of the Tokel dApp, this is sort of fully decentralized. So you're the dApp when you log in and stuff, it connects to a random Tokel node, and when you create these tokens with this new token creation tool, it's fully decentralized. So unlike other kind of systems which have like a little bit of centralization and don't quite live up to some of the cryptocurrency promises, our app actually does kind of just uses the NSPV JS super light client to actually, under the hood when you're creating these tokens to be a fully decentralized solution for token creation. So it's really great. We're super excited about it. Kind of, really democratizing token creation, and as has been mentioned already, it's very affordable as well. Like creating a fixed supply token or an NFT costs very little in Tokel, and you can immediately start trading it and sending it to people. So yeah, we're really excited about this as it is, and I think the future is obviously really bright, and we're going to continue pumping out great new features. And yeah.
Amazing. I definitely look forward to hearing about the beauty and amazingness of NSPV and the JS that you've got going there under the hood, as you mentioned. So, wow, what a great announcement. I'm very excited for us all. Anybody who did get a chance to test on the Tokel test chain using the dApp GUI already knows how easy and simple it is. And anybody who just watched this video with Lenny demonstrating it there with the walkthrough, you can see it is very much that simple. Although, of course, there's always a learning curve with anything. So, I'm very excited myself to share this with other people who might know or have heard about NFTs but haven't yet gotten into it, and maybe they're not necessarily aware of, or they don't want to use, let's say, a more expensive option. And so, this is incredible. I'm very excited for this too. And looking forward to just having everybody post their addresses and get people sending them stuff for fun. I think this is going to bring a nice time coming forward. And speaking of which, 2022, we are going to talk about the roadmap coming up. And so I do want to make sure we have enough time to look ahead, to look forward, to preview 2022. But I also don't want us to miss anything else about this announcement. So I think we're good to go, though. Any other thoughts around that before we move on to our preview? Okay. All right. Let's get that preview in. Now that you have this NFT creation and token creation tool available for everyday users, what's next, Natalika?
Yeah. So looking into 2022, to round off 2021, we want to to get this token creation tool out there so that people can, start creating tokens over the holiday period, showing people how it's done, showing others, how simple it is to do through our decentralized application and how inexpensive it is. It is very, very cheap. You need only a tiny amount of Tokel to do that. And then kicking off the new year, we're going to start putting some effort into a revamp of the website. It's definitely something that we haven't focused on up until this point because we've been focusing on the development efforts there. So we're going to update the website. It'll just be laid out a bit more clearly, have a blog associated with it, and have some more updated information for people to look at. And then with the dApp, the next step in the dApp development is going to be the marketplace. We haven't decided yet specifically whether we want to tackle the token DEX or the NFT marketplace. It might be a combination of the two, but that's the next step. So the next step will be giving people the ability to list their tokens and NFTs for sale on chain through the decentralized application. So that'll be another monumental step for us because it's all, as Lenny, as Connor has mentioned there, it's all done in a decentralized fashion. So everything you do through the app is basically replicated on the blockchain, and there's no intermediary there. So that marketplace will be you listing those for sale on the blockchain, and then people being able to purchase them on the blockchain. So that'll be the next big ticket item. Before we do that, we're going to add a couple of small upgrades to the dApp. I know Connor's been working away on a login feature, such that you'll be able to create an account and actually log in rather than having to copy and paste your seed phrase or your private key every time. So I know that's been something the community's been asking about. So that's definitely in the works. And then we'll spend time really focusing on ensuring that all of the features that we've currently got are working correctly. They're easy to use. We'll change some of the design around such that it's a smoother experience for people. We really want to spend time with the community, getting that feedback and really enhancing what we've got. So that'll be another big focus point early in the year. In terms of the actual marketplace, I'm not going to set any dates, but it would be likely, if not, our aspiration to try and get the marketplace done by mid-year, such that we can offer that people. But again, we're not going to put any specific dates on that. So that'll be the dApp. In terms of the other bits and pieces that are going on around the community, we're going to start focusing on documentation in the new year. So documenting all the underlying blockchain changes that we've been making with Dempsey, documenting the libraries that we've been creating as we go, such that, as I mentioned before, other projects can come along and utilize those libraries to integrate Tokel tokens into their applications. And then also start to look at doing some tutorials, both in the written form and via media, whether that's pictures or videos. So that might look like a token creation tool tutorial, for example, such like the one Lenny's created, to make it easier and a smoother experience for people to actually utilize the technology. What else have we got here?
Yeah, amazing. Wow, that's
Sorry,
a lot
any questions
already.
on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, yes. Definitely curious about, let's say, for example, the difference between a token DEX and a marketplace. And you mentioned you maybe would be able to work on them together. Yeah, just something like that. Maybe start there.
Yeah. So the difference between the token DEX and a marketplace, the underlying, well, let's start with the similarities. The similarities is that the underlying bid and order, so the trading mechanism, the on-chain trading mechanism that's enabled by the assets crypto condition is the same. The difference will be visually only, so the design is how I see that occurring. NFT marketplaces will be specifically for NFTs, so any token that has a supply of one, whereas the token DEX will be for any. So the big difference will just be the design and how that's portrayed. And again, we haven't got the designs just yet, but we're in the process of deciding how we skin that cat. But again, similarities will be the trading mechanisms exactly the same on the back end. So once we create one, the only difference will be the design and how it's actually given to the user to interact with might be subtly different.
Excellent. Okay, thanks for
question?
thanks for clearing that up. Yes, definitely. I think
Cool.
so. And
Yep.
and you mentioned also about just kind of documenting about changes being made. Do you want to just talk a little bit about that and tell us about the significance of doing of something like that, and just about the significance, in general of the technology?
Yeah. So the idea of Tokel is that the underlying blockchain technology is available for anybody to use in whatever fashion they see. The Tokel dApp that we're creating is a showcase of all of those underlying blockchain features. So what I see in the future, or what I would like to see in the future, is other projects coming along and creating their own dApps for their own specific use cases. And they can utilize all of the technology that is the blockchain, and also utilize all of the libraries as well as the open source code that we've got for the dApp. So if a project wants to come along and utilize Tokel tokens in whatever fashion, they could fork our dApp and then change it such, to suit their own use case. But in order to do that, we need to give those types of people a smoother transition by creating documentation. By creating documentation, writing up tutorials on how to do it, and the intent there is to onboard people and help people utilize the underlying blockchain technology. So I don't see it as a competition piece. I actually want people to utilize the things we are creating. I want people to utilize the dApp. I want people to fork the dApp and change it for their own use case. I want people to utilize the libraries that we're using in the back end. I want people to be able to create and actually create tokens, utilize tokens for whatever use case they have, such that that's what the Tokel project is all about.
Amazing. Okay. Well, we could probably keep talking about all of this, and I do want to hear from Kelsey and Connor and Dream Team as well about what you're looking forward to for the year. But we would also like to open up the floor to the stage here for anybody in the audience who would like to come up and ask any questions of the team that are here, anything about what was said or any other questions you have. Definitely now is the time. Just raise your hand. We'll get you up here. Maybe you want to talk about your most memorable Tokel moment in 2021. Or maybe what you're looking forward to in the new year, some hopes or dreams you have for Tokel platform. If you've created any of the tokens, if you were testing the token tool, or anything about the roadmap, or any general questions you might have, or anything about being a Tokelist. Maybe we have some Tokelists here who want to step on stage and talk about being a Tokelist and what that means for you. But yeah, anybody, if you would like to come on up, now is the time. Otherwise, we will move forward from there.
Yeah, and people can talk in the Tokel event discussion channel as well if they're in the Discord.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I guess I've got a couple of other little bits and pieces I can talk about whilst we wait to see if anyone's got any thoughts.
Sure.
Yeah, we're actually still looking for collaborations and partnerships. So we would love to collaborate with artists as well as if there's any video game developers out there. We're always on the search to assist people and to join together and create on Tokel and help people create. As I mentioned, we're going to focus on documentation, but I think at the start we really need to focus on working one-on-one with different artists for content creation, as well as enabling people to utilize the underlying technology. So if there's anyone out there that has a project that they think could suit utilizing the Tokel tokens and Tokel technology, then please reach out. We're definitely trying to search out for that.
Definitely nice. And actually, a shout out as well to Lore of the Tokels for really getting excited about the Tokel platform and running with it, trying to use it to create aspects of Lore of the Tokels. Do you have any thoughts around that? I know this was not necessarily anything official, but I noticed it, and I'm sure other people have noticed it. Yeah.
As I've said in the past, I think
So,
it's great to see people utilizing the technology. So Laura of the Tokels is a third-party development. It's a video game. Hopefully they'll be releasing some content soon, and people can go in there and try it out and see how it actually integrates with the Tokel blockchain. But yeah, I really like to see, non-Tokel team people come along and create things and video games and content and whatever it is, utilizing the underlying Tokel platform. Because that's, again, I'm kind of a broken record here, but that's what we're all about. We're here to try and facilitate that. We're here to try and give people the option to utilize this cool, really decentralized technology. So
excellent. And I think we do have someone coming up on stage, trying to get you up here. There you are, Speaky121. Hello.
Hello, guys. How's things?
Hey, we're all good over here. How are you today? And what did you want to say?
Not too bad. I had just had a question about it's about Tokel on Atomic Dex Mobile. There's a pub key there. I was just wondering what exactly is it for, because it's not your address and it's not your private key. I was actually trying to open a Tokel wallet with the pub key, and then I realized it's not the same as a private key. So what is it used for?
I think Connor, do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, sure. So, part of the cool thing about tokens and everything using the Tokel blockchain is that it doesn't require any smart contracts or anything like that. It's all kind of built into the blockchain, which is part of the reason why it can be very cheap and quick and all that. But as part of that, basically, when you have a wallet on the Tokel blockchain, you have the private key, which you use to log in, and that's the thing that you should obviously, I'm sure we're all aware, keep secret. But then you actually have two addresses. You have so you have the address, and then you have the public key. The public key is basically what you use for the token features on the Tokel blockchain. So when you want to send or receive a token, whether that's a fixed supply token or an NFT, both of those you will actually use that public key to do that. So if you want to receive one, you will share your public key with someone else, and they will send it towards that public key, and vice versa. And then the address is kind of the more typical. That's what you use to send and receive Tokel. So actually, sort of coins. As part of the Komodo blockchain, it's kind of the same thing. So when you're sending and receiving Komodo or anything like that, as part of the Komodo ecosystem, you use the address for coins. So that includes Tokel. And then for the actual token features, you use the public key.
So it's a wallet address for NFTs. Is that right?
No, so sorry. So the wallet address, so the one that looks like the sort of typical address you'd use if you've been using Komodo. The wallet address is for Tokel and for sending coins, and then the public key is what you use for sending tokens.
Right.
So that's what it's there for. Yeah.
Okay, that clears it up.
Nice.
So basically,
question.
just to clear that up, sorry, Metallica, you want to say something?
No, I can summarize. Yeah, it can be seen as a token address, as Connor's mentioned. They're two different things. You can't send tokens to your normal coin address, and you can't I think technically you can send coins to a pub key, but yeah, you can't send tokens to the normal address that you see that you send Tokel around.
Okay, perfect.
Excellent. Good question there, Speaky. That's helpful for all of us just to understand the difference, these little nuances. And so that would mean, for example, to that Atomic Dex mobile, if you were to share that pub key, then somebody sends a token or sends a token to that pub key. You might, on the mobile app, I'm not sure if you can't see it yet, but if you were to open that, up in the desktop app, you would be able to see the token. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. I noticed that I had taken part in both the IDOs. I know it was probably at Atomic Dex more that there was other people selling on the night. So I think I made like 11 transactions over the both IDO nights, but not one of my transactions interacted with the IDO address. But I did notice that somebody had sent me an early adopter token. So whoever it was, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. We actually made sure that everybody that transacted received one of those early adopter tokens. So instead of just with the IDO addresses, so it was anyone that transacted during the IDO received one. So because you're an early adopter as well.
Thanks, guys. Okay,
Thank you.
cheers. Bye bye.
Cheers. Thank you, Speaky 121. Kelsey, did you want to say something? And then we have Top Shot here as well.
Nope, I just wanted to thank him for being an early adopter.
Excellent. Good. And hi, Top Shot. So what's going on for you?
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Perfect. I just had a quick question. I was watching the token creation walkthrough that we just went through, and it looks like the NFT cost right now will be 0.0001 Tokel. I'm just wondering if that's fixed or if that's going to be changing. And I apologize if this has been covered elsewhere, but I'm just wondering how that price is determined.
Yeah, so the price to create a token is the way it works is it uses UTXOs, and it uses one Satoshi for every token that you want to create. So if you want to create an NFT, you need to have one Satoshi of the Tokel coin to basically color that coin and turn it into a token. Along with that, you also need to pay the transaction fee, which is the 0.0001 part of that. And then there's also a similar what we call a marker address. Basically, during that transaction, you're sending a UTXO to an address such that people can quickly look up, all of the tokens that are created. So that fee isn't fixed because it has the transaction, like a normal transaction fee within it. But at this time, it's basically fixed because the transaction fees are stable around that amount. I guess in the long term future, potentially transaction fees can differ, but there's no gas fee associated with it. There is just the underlying UTXO required for the token, and then there's also the transaction and the marker fee there. If you wanted to create a token with a supply of 100 million, so you'd have 100 million individual tokens that you can send and receive, then it would take one Tokel coin plus the transaction and marker fee. Does that answer that question?
It does, yes. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks. No worries.
And
Yeah,
thank you,
Top Shot.
Kelsey, for the early adopter token. I'm a big fan of it.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for
Yeah,
being an
Top
early
Shot.
adopter.
No problem. Take
Exactly.
care.
And well, sure. But you stepped on stage. Why don't you share with us something that stands out for you? Was it receiving the early adopter token and seeing it and getting excited for the what Tokel platform has to offer? Or was something else there for you?
Yeah, along those lines, I think my most memorable time was probably just participating in the IDO. It was a bit, nerve wracking at the beginning. I was on Atomic Dex and just trying to get everything ready to go, and fortunately, I was able to get some tokens or some Tokel tokens, Tokel coins, I
Amazing.
should say.
Yeah. I guess that's the type of thing that will be memorable. It's one of those experiences that you have to be around at the time to be able to participate in something like that. So good for you, and thank you once again for coming up on the stage and sharing with us. If there's anything else you wanted to say, please go ahead. Otherwise, we're going to start wrapping up now. But of course, if anybody else wants to come up on stage, now is definitely the time. So, Top Shot.
I'm good. Thanks again, everyone. Appreciate your time.
Awesome. We'll see you around, Top Shot.
Thank you.
Okay. Dream Tim, what should we be thinking about going into 2022 as Tokelists? And for anybody who is not officially a Tokelist, what should we be thinking of other than becoming a Tokelist first?
Well, that would be my wish, yes. Well, I mean, I think people want to be thinking about 2022. What do they want to see in the space of sort of tokenization and NFT creation? Because There are platforms out there that can provide these things, but they have very high fees usually. They have complicated ways to create, those tokens and those NFTs, and they also have a lot of things, along the way that can sort of trip you up. And the focus for Tokel has been to bring down a lot of those barriers and make it a lot more easily accessible to people, wherever they are in the world and whatever their economic situation, to take part in this token economy. So if people rally behind Tokel and help the project grow, then that budding community that we have now that creates all this amazing artwork is going to be rewarded, with lots of activity. The other thing that people should be expecting from 2022, and now that the tool is active, is for a lot of organizations, project businesses, and companies, getting involved. I mean, we already had hundreds of ideas before the graphical interface was prepared, and right now anybody can implement those ideas. I mean, there was countless messages to me of how can I create token, how can I create an NFT on the Token platform, and it was all, before was, you have to use CLI, you have to have some programming knowledge, and now all of that is gone. So supporting the platform means supporting the artists, means supporting this sort of micro economy that can grow and become a huge part of blockchain. So I would be looking forward to see how the community adapts to tokenization, what businesses spring up and start using it, and the whole activity around sort of the token decks and the NFT marketplace, because let's not forget that 2022 is going to be a very, very important year for Tokel, because that's in the early part of 2022 is when we're trying to sort of finalize at least the first iteration of the Tokel platform and all its usages. So when that time comes and we're completely sort of feature ready, or at least in stage one, then we'll be able to unleash the power of the platform, and then people should be able to then start trading, selling, and undertaking all of this exciting activity that we're waiting for.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So we are definitely looking forward to all of that. Connor, what are you looking forward to? You're going to have your head down this whole time, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. As we've talked about before, kind of the next things on the agenda are kind of the token decks and the NFT marketplace. So those are obviously really important to us. Again, as the development team, one of the things we're really excited about is the fact that this will be all of these features are as with the current features, the existing, being able to send and receive Tokel, and then now the new creation tool, the token creation tool. It's all fully decentralized. So that's like if one way of showing that off, right, is how we've implemented IPFS natively into the token dApp. So if you look at other tokens on other platforms like Ethereum, a lot of these NFTs that people are trading and using are not actually fully decentralized, because they point to sort of centralized service like IPFS gateways or to specific kind of normal web URLs. So one of the things we're really excited about with Tokel is that it's fully decentralized. And when we're building out these new features like the NFT marketplace and the token decks, those will also be fully decentralized. And that's part of the reason as well why we switched in August, right before the IDO, why we switched from the libNSPV, which is a C library, and we switched to NSPV.js, which is built in JavaScript, so built using web technologies. So part of the reason we switched to that is because we want Tokel and the Tokel platform to be as portable as possible and to really be able to use it anywhere. So I'm not really sure how much I'm supposed to say, but suffice to say that one thing we really want to do going forward is have Tokel be everywhere, and allow you to use it for all sorts of things, and to use your tokens and fixed supply tokens and NFTs kind of universally. And obviously with that comes all the existing decentralization we have and the cheap transaction fees, and all that you're coming to expect from the the Tokel platform. So I think it's, from a development perspective, we're very excited about basically everything that we're going to be building over the next year. And yeah, it'll be an exciting time.
Definitely sounds like it from what you're saying, and we're wishing you all the best with the work you have ahead of you. But of course, we are here also still celebrating just a fresh announcement. It's although we look ahead to 2022, we just got the announcement of the NFT token creation tool. So, Kelsey, what are you looking forward to in 2022?
Well, 2022 is going to be very exciting. I think in 2021 we all stayed true to the mission of advancing tokenization technology, and the development team did a great job of creating that intuitive, decentralized applications, the token creation tool, as well as the token wallet. um Tim and also the Tokelist, I mean, they've been doing a great job of writing inspirational and educational material. I think that in the future, I look forward to definitely making more icons and illustrations and graphics to expand the community, the Tokelist community, and also informational uh infographics that are explaining things like NSVP and crypto conditions, token creation, like the difference between an NFT and a token, because we want to get this learning curve down. And also, Tim has been putting together a really great competitive analysis, so we're keeping an eye on the competition to make sure that we are staying competitive and looking out for any unmet needs that we could maybe fill. Um, this coming year, I definitely hope to see a lot of onboarding of not only users but also partners, be that gaming companies or artists. I mean, it's all really exciting. There's just so much that's about to happen. Um, yeah.
Wonderful, amazing. Yeah, and on behalf of Daria, I know that she's also really looking forward to continuing to work with an incredible team. Sounds like that's going really well. So I know that Daria is looking forward to continue working with the amazing Tokel platform team, and by extension also the rest of the community. And as well, here, on behalf of Dream, Tim, and Connor, and Kelsey, and Nutella Lika, as well as Daria and Cax, and all the above mentioned, and Dimsy, everybody else that I'm not mentioning right now. We are going to be wrapping up this Tokel Talk for the final Tokel Talk of the 2021 year, but we are going to be coming back for 2022, and so stay tuned. We are going to have some talk about the Komodo platform technology. You got a little nice taste of it here in today's discussion, and so we'll be coming back with further talk about Komodo platform technology in the next Tokel Talk. But that will be happening in 2022. And between now and then, I really look forward to seeing all of the creation that takes place. And yeah, I'm going to be keeping my eyes open. If you're not already around the Discord server, I'm sure that you'll be around more because of the activity that's going to brew. So in that respect, we're going to hear from Dream Tim to send us off, and then Nutella Lika to send us off. And again, Connor and Kelsey, thank you so much as well for your presence today. And you have a chance as well to say goodbye to us. So Dream Tim, it's over to you to round out this discussion for our Tokel Talk.
I just want to send a message to all the Tokelers, but specific the Tokelists, and say, I love them all, and I really appreciate what they're doing for the project. And in general, we appreciate every single person that is around the project, makes comments, comes and contributes, or even their presence here, helps the team and gives them sort of strength to move on and build, more and better things for the platform. So thank you to everybody who dedicates some of their time to the Tokel project.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely good on you. And definitely a big shout out to everybody who was testing that token creation tool. Because of all your help and activity around that, we now get to appreciate it as an official release. So thank you very much to everybody who's been doing that most recently. Nutellica, any final thoughts for us before we end off this year of Tokel?
Yeah, I guess I'll also say thanks to everybody in the community for being a part of a piece of history in Tokel's well, the Tokel platform's life. So yeah, it's definitely exciting times. But really, thank you to the team for putting in a huge amount of effort this year. They've all been working their butts off, doing incredible work, and it's really exciting to see us flourish as a team and really start to kick goals and work out all these processes to help us really achieve some great things and great timelines, and I'm really excited to see that continue into next year and look forward to producing for the community and see where we go.
Right on. Well, we have that roadmap for 2022, and we are excited to see that move forward. And until then, we just wishing everybody a wonderful time of the year. And again, back to Dream Tim's announcements. Stay tuned to some of those NFT drops there, and participate in the competitions or the activities. Become a Tokelist if you aren't yet, so that you are eligible for winning any of those rewards. And yeah, of course, Kelsey and Connor. Kelsey, you want to say goodbye? We're going to end it off.
Of course. I mean, I just want to thank everybody that came here and everyone that's supported Tokel. And I want to thank my team. I mean, this team has been great to work with. I want to thank you for hosting these Tokel talks, because they've been amazing. But most of all, I want to wish everybody a happy and safe holidays and a happy new year. And I look forward to seeing you all in 2022.
In the absence of Daria, she sends her regards. She had some technical difficulties, but she says she'll join the Tokel talk next year when she's sorted that out. So she
Excellent.
apologizes that she couldn't be here for the rest of the talk.
Oh, okay. Well, no worries. We did miss you, Daria, but you were here for a little bit, and we got to hear from you, so that was nice. And my favorite part was just hearing your appreciation for the team you get to work with. I think that's really special. And so, yeah, we're all wishing you well. And okay, Connor, I don't see you unmuting. So, oh, there you are. Okay, why don't you say your goodbyes to us? We'd love to hear one more time from you in 2021 on this Tokel Talk.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, just thanks everyone as always. On a personal note, yeah, it's been great working with the team. But yeah, thanks to everybody, the community, everyone, and the dev team is excited to continue delivering on the promise of bringing decentralized and affordable tokenization to the world. So yeah, we're really excited, and hope everyone has a great rest of the year.
You too, Connor. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all of your insights with us, and everyone else too who was up here on stage. We really appreciate you. A couple of audience members came up there. Thank you, Speakeasy and Speaky 121 and Top Shot, and of course everyone else who has joined us here for this now 90-minute of Tokel Talk. It's the final one of the year. We stretched it out for you because there will not be a Tokel Talk 2 weeks from now, but we will be resuming in the new year of 2022. And again, just a reminder that we will be coming back with more Tokel Talks. We'll have more guests, and we'll have great discussions around the stage here in the Tokel Discord. And so we're looking forward to bringing that to you as well. Thanks again for being here for today. And thanks for this great year of 2021, a year to remember for Tokel platform. And of course, moving forward, a lot of excitement and a lot of potential here. And so, for Nutella and Kelsey and Connor, Dream Tim, for Daria and everyone else, and of course, a special thank you
And
to
Lenny.
Cax. And yes, of course, Lenny, thank you for reminding us. We wish you very well, and we look forward to seeing you in 2022. Until then, I'm Giuliano, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
A new, exciting open source blockchain platform has been born. Its core mission is to develop easier and more affordable tools for everyone to be able to create tokens and NFTs. For the first time, we're introducing the innovative Tokel platform, a fully decentralized, community-driven project with contributors globally. It offers many new powerful features for artists, content creators, and event organizers and token owners. Tokel is building the future of tokenization together with the help of Komodo technologies. Creators and users have the freedom to create, to hold, buy, sell, and trade tokens with ease. Developers have the freedom to build on top of the platform's layer. Tokel has features such as simplified token creation tools, token decks, and NFT marketplace. The NFT creation process has an extremely low barrier to entry. Businesses and individuals can now benefit from the token economy by using tokens in everyday life. A built-in decentralized exchange enables peer-to-peer trading. Tokel.io, the future of tokenization to NFT and beyond.